what a car. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Stef ABtv. Welcome to the brand new 2019 Audi TTRS. Oh my word, this is going to be great. Oh my God, that sounds incredible. So this is literally the first drive of the new TTRS, guys. I have literally just had it delivered to me by Audi. About 20 minutes ago. So I'm going to try and give you a little bit of a first drive overview, let you know what this feels. Pretty much out the box, very raw. It's a car that I am very excited about. It's a car I have wanted to drive and get my hands on for so long. And just listen to it. Absolutely incredible. Oh my word. I love this already. Now, this Audi TTRS, well, not necessarily just this one, all of them, is a 2.5 litre 5-cylinder. Now, you can hear that distinct 5-cylinder noise. I mean, just listen. And what a sound that is. Inspired by those back in the rally days, the rally quattro cars, they were 5-cylinders, and my word, what a car, what a platform. I love this thing. Honestly, you have no idea. I was so close to buying one of these. I'll touch on that very shortly. But I mean, let's talk about what we have here. So we've got a 2.5 litre 5-cylinder engine. This thing now is 400 PS, and 400 PS with a 4-wheel drive platform will equate to a 0 to 60 time of literally just 3.7 seconds. Now that is so fast, and the way it delivers its power as well is just on another level. But the noise, guys, it has a really great kind of tone to it. I think that's a tribute to the 5-cylinder. But actually, having just come out of the R8, the R8 V10 Performance, the noise that I'm getting, I guess, from the lower rev range sounds very similar to that of the V10. Now, I'm not necessarily sure why, if that's because of any inside noise or whatnot, but what I would get from the V10 low down was similar to this. It's just music to my ears. I could do that all day long, and I will be for the next 7 days. Now, this car that I've got right now is in a gorgeous, gorgeous glacier white. Now, I was tempted. I was speaking to Audi, should I have gone for the red press car, but I would have got it tomorrow. But I actually like the white. I think it's sick. So yeah, so this car is 63 grand, this specific car on the road. If you're going to buy this, it would cost you 63 grand, which might be a lot of money, but you get a hell of a lot of car. I mean, just look at it. It looks stunning. The interior on this RS is gorgeous, and it's got kind of red and black stitching. Obviously, I've got these gorgeous RS seats, but I've got a red center console, carbon fiber everywhere, an Alcantara steering wheel, which feels amazing. It's not very well padded, which is a good thing, because it means I can properly grip the wheel, and it just makes the driving experience to be just that much more fun when I'm driving. Honestly, like, steering wheels are really important for me, and this is bang on. It's got such a lovely feel to it. Oh, what a car. The other thing with this car as well is because it's quite a small car. Now, when I drove the R8, I was constantly worried about width and, you know, what it was, it was just so wide, whereas this isn't. This is a platform that actually it's a normal size car with unbelievable power. 400 PS. Slow it right down to first gear. And it revs all the way up to just shy of 7,000 RPM. And obviously with a 2.5 cylinder 2.5 litre 5-cylinder engine. Obviously you got turbos on here as well, which makes this a very, very desirable car when you start to play around with the realms of tuning. Now I'm going to give credit to, I'm going to leave a link in the description of the original video, because I think it's really important for you guys to kind of know this, because so many people now look in the world of tuning around what's your best value for money, what can you get the most power out of without really breaking the bank. It's one of these. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, the TTRS, obviously the 2.5 litre 5-cylinder platform is insane, but because of the turbos that are on this car, now I'm making reference to the Mark II, not necessarily this one. I need to double check if the turbos are the same, but with this car here, you can literally, with minimal modifications, well not minimal, but you can go APR stage 2 tuning, which basically consists of an intercooler, a decat downpipe, and a mid pipe, and you will push over 500 horsepower, 500. But what also you'll do is you'll do a quarter mile time, a standing quarter mile in 9.8 seconds. We're not even talking about 0 to 60, we're talking an entire quarter mile in 9.8 seconds at about 140 miles per hour. And just to put that into perspective, I'm going to overlay a clip now just to show you what the TTRS and the RS3 platform are capable of. I mean, that is just insane, right? Absolutely insane. Now, Audi is celebrating 25 years of RS, which makes it quite fitting now that I'm really starting to push them for RS cars. 25 years, and they have built some incredible cars over the years. I used to have an RS. I used to have an RS4, a B7 RS4, which I thought was incredible, and that was the 4.2 litre V8 that you found in the Gen 1 R8s, but also obviously in the Saloon model and the Avant model, and that was an insane car. I absolutely loved it. It was the car I had prior actually to buying the Abarth, and for new subscribers you'll think, hang on, RS to an Abarth. It's a long story. You need to kind of go back through the videos to really understand the reason behind why I did it. But I absolutely love RS cars. I genuinely do. I think they're insane. And what Audi are doing with their cars now is on another level. But I guess it's not just Audi. I mean, everyone is really up in the game and stepping up I guess, pushing the goalpost with what you can get. And 400 PS from this car, which doesn't weigh it doesn't weigh that much. It's a relatively small platform on a 4-wheel drive system, means that you get untold amounts of grip from this thing. It looks absolutely gorgeous, in my opinion. I think it's stunning. Interior wise, I mean, look, Audi interiors, you can't go wrong. I mean, I've got everything that I need in here. Very comfortable seats, virtual cockpit, incredible steering wheel, the 7-speed dual clutch gearbox. I've got Bang & Olufsen steering, Bang & Olufsen sound. So if I wanted to really enjoy myself, which I will be, just turn the music up. And what I get from this as well is I get a perfect all day, every day, all-round car. That does 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, a top speed of 174 miles an hour if you opt for the de-restricting package, I believe. Yeah, de-restricting package. And what more do you need? Like, genuinely, what more do you need? I think what Audi have done with this car is insane. My first impressions on this thing are, wow. Now, as I touched on earlier on, I was so close to buying the TTRS. And I was really pondering between kind of decisions. When I bought the A45, there was 3 cars that were kind of in the running for my next car. One of them was obviously the A45. The other one was obviously the 4C, which I've bought. But one which kept kind of tickling my fancy was the TTRS, and it was because of this 2.5 litre 5-cylinder engine and the ability and the opportunity with regards to the world of tuning. Now at the time, the Mark II or the Gen 2 TTRS was still pushing around 40, I think it was like 40, 45 grand, which was a little bit too far out of my price range. However, the Gen 1 or the Mark I, I could afford that and have cash left over to tune it and literally go APR stage 2 and all the bells and whistles. I had the money to do that, but the Mark I for me, it was ranging, it was around about, I think it was about 20 grand for a decent one. But for me, it just looked a little bit outdated. And I think this shape, obviously this is the facelift of the Mark II, but to be fair, there isn't that much of a difference. I mean, interior wise, it feels the same, if I'm honest with you. But the fact that it looked outdated was a little bit of it put me off just a touch, if I'm honest with you. And ultimately I went for the 4C because of how it looked and overall raw driving experience. The 4C gave me that and I didn't need to daily it. However, something like a TTRS is an insane daily that you can just use for everything. Absolutely everything. Now some would say, you know, most of the modern cars now, unfortunately, they feel a little bit more muted than some of the older generation cars because of obviously the EU restrictions and the fact that we're really having to pull back and make cars quieter to comply with CO2 emissions, which means your pops and bangs that you're used to getting, you don't get anywhere near as much of them anymore. But the brands have had to do that. Audi have had to do that. You know, if you don't do that, then what tends to happen is you run the risk of completely eliminating the product from the range. And you know, I watched a video that Joe Achilles and Paul Wallace, in fact Joe Achilles, I'm wearing his top here, that Joe and Paul did when they drove the RS3, and then they very rightly said was, would you rather have an RS3 or a TTRS that's quieter than not having one at all? I know what I'd rather. I would rather have a more muted one that I can then play around with to give it the sound back. Something that Audi would obviously be limited to in the form of delivering this as a production car. But this, honestly, what a car for a first impression, what a car. You know, also, I'm partnered up with Adrian Flux to give you guys better deals on your car insurance. I'm overlaying something now, so if that's something you're interested in, you can get up to 15% off your car insurance with Adrian Flux using my direct referral line and quoting Stef ABtv to hopefully give you guys something back. If you have liked the video, please make sure to like, share and subscribe, and of course I will see you all very soon on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.